Hello, my name is Jasmine, and I'm the teen librarian at the Lamont Public Library District. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few new teen fiction and graphic novels for the month of January that you'll be able to find here at the library. At the end, I'll also be telling you about teen programs we're offering this winter and service hour opportunities that you might be interested in. Let's get started. If I Promise You Wings by A.K. Small. Alex LeClaire has a plan. Graduate high school and land her dream job as a feather artist at Mille et une Plume, where her creations will help define high fashion. Her best friend Jeanne will get a record contract and they'll take over the Paris art scene together. But then Jeanne dies. Alex is lost until the day she feels Jeanne pushing her to the feather boutique. Soon, Alex is living a life she hardly recognizes, pursuing a passionate affair with an alluring artist, stealing feathers for her own creations, risking everything as Jeanne once did. But then Alex meets Blaze, the dreamy musician who comforts her, centers her, challenges her. Torn between two beautiful boys and coping with grief, Alex's art takes on a frightening and wild beauty. Living like Jeanne has given her everything she thought she wanted, but she must decide whether to hide in Jeanne's shadow or soar on her own wings. Reader likes include Charming Young Man by Elliot Schaefer and Being Mary Elliott by J.C. Peterson. Into the Sunken City by Dinesh Tiru. For Jin Haldar, this life is nothing new. Ever since her father died in a diving accident, she's barely made ends meet for her and her younger sister Thara. Enter Bailey, a drifter who offers Jin and Thara the score of a lifetime, a massive stash of gold hidden in the sunken ruins of Las Vegas. Jin knows it's too dangerous. She stopped diving after her father's accident, but when her sister decides to go, Jin's left with only one choice: to go with her. A ragtag crew is assembled, including Jin's annoying, hot ex-boyfriend. From there, a high-stakes heist ensues that's beyond even Jin's wildest fears. Crumbling ruins, sea beasts, corsairs, and a mysterious figure named Zhao Silver all lie in wait. To survive, Jin will have to do what she promised herself she'd never do again: dive. Perfect for fans of Fable and House of Salt and Sorrows. The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. Zara Jones believes in magic because the alternative is too painful to bear. That her sister was murdered by a serial killer, and there is precisely nothing she can do to change it. If there's anything Zara cannot stand, it's being powerless. So she decides she will do whatever it takes, even if that means partaking in the occult, to bring her sister back from the dead. Jude Wolfe might be the daughter of a billionaire, but she is also undeniably cursed. After a deal with a demon went horribly wrong, her soul is now slowly turning necrotic. Flowers and insects die in her wake, and monstrous things come to taunt her at night. If Jude can't find the right someone to fix her mistake, she fears she'll die very soon. Enter Amir Bryn, the solution to both Zara and Jude's predicament. The daughter of a witch, Amir sells spells to women in desperate situations, willing to sacrifice a part of their soul in exchange for a bit of power, a bit of magic to change their lives. But Amir has a dark past all her own, and as her former clients are murdered one by one, she knows it's followed her all the way to London. As Zara and Jude enter Amir's orbit, they'll have to team up to stop the killer before they each end up next on his list. Reader likes include Bad Witch Burning by Jessica Lewis and Blood Like Magic by Leslie Sambury. A Place for Vanishing by Anne Frestan. The house is supposed to be a fresh start. That's what Libby's mom said. And after Libby's recent bipolar 3 diagnosis and the tragedy that precedes it, Libby knows she and her family need to find the new normal. But Libby's new home turns out to be anything but normal. Scores of bugs haunt its winding halls, towering stained glass windows feature strange insectile designs, and the garden teems with impossibly blue roses. But then there are the rumors. The locals, including the mysterious boy next door, tell stories about disappearances tied to the house, stretching back over a century to its first owners. Owners who supposedly host legendary masked seances on its grounds. Libby's mom refuses to hear anything about what could derail their family's perfectly new beginning. But Libby knows better. The house is keeping secrets from her, and something tells her that the key to unlocking them lies in the eerie, bug-shaped masks hidden throughout the property. We all wear masks to hide our imperfections, to make us stronger and braver. But if Libby keeps hers on for too long, she might just lose herself and everyone she loves. Read-alikes include Delicious Monsters by Leslie Sandberry and Horrid by Katrina Leno. The Atlas of Us by Christine Dwyer. Atlas James has lost her way. In a last-ditch effort to pull her life together, she's working on a community service program rehabbing trails in the Western Sierras. The only plus is that the days are so exhausting that Atlas might be tired enough to forget that this was one of her dad's favorite places in the world, before cancer stole him from her life, that is. Using real names is forbidden on the trail, so Atlas becomes Maps, and with her team, Books, Sugar, Junior, and King, she heads into the wilderness. As she sheds the lies she's built up as walls to protect herself, she realizes that 4 strangers might know her better than anyone has before. And with the end of the trail racing to meet them, Maps is left counting down the days until she returns to her old life, without her new family and without King, who's become more than just a friend. Read-alikes include Catch the Light by Kate Sweeney and Elliot Haycock is Totally Normal by Gretchen Schreider. On to nonfiction. American Wings, Chicago's Pioneering Black Aviators and the Race for Equality in the Sky by Sherry L. Smith and Elizabeth Wine. In the years between World War I and World War II, aviation fever was everywhere, including among Black Americans. But what hope did a Black person have of learning to fly in a country constricted by prejudice and Jim Crow laws, where some previous Black aviators like Bessie Coleman had to move to France to earn their wings? American Wings follows a group of determined Black Cornelius Coffrey and Johnny Robinson, skilled auto mechanics, Janet Harmon Bragg, a nurse, and Willa Brown, a teacher and social worker. Together they created a flying club and built their own airfield on Chicago's south side. As the U.S. hurtled toward World War II, they established a school to train new pilots, teaching both Black and white students together and proving in a time when the U.S. military was still segregated that successful integration was possible. Complete with black and white photographs throughout, American Wings brings to light a hidden history of pioneering Black men and women who with grit and resilience battled powerful odds for an equal share of the sky. Similar authors include Helen Dunmore and Cynthia Caldohada. The Girl Who Sang by Estelle Nadel. Born to a Jewish family in a small Polish village, Estelle Nadel, then known as Ania Feld, was just 7 years old when the Nazis invaded Poland in 1939. Once a vibrant child with a song for every occasion, Estelle would eventually lose her voice as over the next 5 years she would survive the deaths of her mother, father, their eldest brother and sister, and countless others. A child at the mercy of her neighbors during a terrifying time in history, The Girl Who Sang is an enthralling first-hand account of Estelle's fight for survival during World War II. She would weather loss, betrayal, near execution, and spend 2 years away from the warmth of the sun, all before the age of 11. And once the war was over, Estelle would walk barefoot across European borders and find remnants of home in an Australian displacement persons camp before finally crossing the Atlantic to arrive in New York City, a young woman carrying the unseen scars of war. Beautifully rendered in bright hues with expressive emotional characters, debut illustrator Sammy Saviles masterfully brings Estelle's story of survival during the Holocaust to a whole new generation of readers. The Girl Who Sang is perfect for fans of March, Mouse, and Anne Frank's diary. Unstoppable by Maggie Nichols. In 2015, Maggie Nichols' gymnastics career was on fire. Having spent most of her young life training as an elite level gymnast, Maggie carried the team all around at the 2015 World Championship, helping to cinch the team's gold medal. Next in her sight was the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. She was eagerly looking forward to training for the 2016 Olympic Games, along with teammates such as Ali Raisman, Simone Biles, and Laurie Hernandez. But on the verge of achieving her lifelong Olympic dream, her world came crashing down. That summer, Maggie revealed to her coach that U.S. AG Dr. Larry Nassar had been sexually abusing herself and other athletes under his care. What followed was an extensive investigation that would capture the nation's attention and illuminate the world about the trauma and massive cover-up behind the scenes of one of the country's most celebrated sports institutions. Ultimately, Maggie would go on to become an 8-time NCAA champion and an outspoken advocate for the protection of young children, especially young athletes. This Inspiration Tell All offers an intimate look into the world of elite gymnastics, the sexual abuse scandal that shattered lives and dreams, and how Maggie Nichols risked everything in the name of justice. Maggie now tells this story in her story of hope, trauma, reclamation, and above all, triumph. On to graphic novels. Ghost Roast by Chanel Gibbs. For as long as she could remember, Chelsea Grant had tried everything she could think of to distance herself from the disastrous damage her father does to her social life. It's not easy to shake her reputation as Ghost Girl when Dad keeps advertising his business as a paranormal removal expert, in big, bold letters all over New Orleans. This year, Chelsea is all grown up, attending one of the most prestigious high schools in the city, and she'll finally make friends with the popular crowd. Things are looking up until a night on the town backfires spectacularly, landing her in hot water at home. Her punishment? Working for her dad at Paranormal Removal Services. All summer, worst of all, her new job reveals an unexpected secret she has to keep. While Dad hunts ghosts with his own DIY tech, Chelsea can actually see them. And when she meets Oliver, a friendly spirit, at the fancy mansion her dad is getting a handsome fee to exercise, she realizes she has to save his afterlife, even if it risks everything her father's worked for. Read-alects include The Mediator by Meg Cabot and The Fade by Demetria Lunat. Lunar New Year Love Story by Jean Luang Yang. Valentina Tran was named after Valentine's Day, which used to be her favorite holiday. But when Val learns the truth behind what happened with her parents and why she's being raised by a single father, she realizes true love is a lie. This is reinforced when she meets the spirit of Saint Valentine, who tells her she and her family are cursed to always be unlucky in love. Val is ready to give in to her fate until one Lunar New Year festival, where a mysterious lion dancer hands her a paper heart. And zing, Val becomes determined to change her destiny, prove St. Valentine's wrong, and give her heart to the right person. Meanwhile, lion dancing is the only thing that has given Jay peace after his father passed away. It's also what keeps him connected to his father's side of the family. Both Jay and his cousin Leslie notice Val at the Lunar New Year festival, and for some inexplicable reason, Jay hands Val a paper heart. But it's Leslie with his K-pop good looks who starts to date Val. Jay still feels this connection with Val and feels it's somehow tied to how he feels about losing his father. Both Val and Jay struggle with the spirits who haunt them as they are inextricably brought together in a love story that is satisfying, sweet, and moving. Read-alects include The Magic Fish by Lee Nguyen Trung and From Little Tokyo with Love by Sarah Kuhn. This winter, for tween and teen programs, we are offering Open Art Studio, Adventurers Unite, Lovely Cookie Decorating, Teen Treat Yourself book bags, and Snack and Study with Therapy Dogs. We're also doing 100 books before graduation, where you can read 100 books before graduating, log them through your Beanstack account, and win prizes on the way to 100. For service hours, we have At Your Service and Teen Volunteer Squad programs, and our Character Pen Pals letter writing program, where you can come in and pick up a kit to write letters to children as their favorite character. We also have book reviews and advanced reader book reviews, where you get to keep the title after reviewing it. We're also launching our new Teen Test Lab volunteering opportunity, where you test new and existing program ideas. Teens will receive service credit for participating in Teen Test Lab programs. The programs that are part of the Teen Lab include Open Art Studio, Lovely Art Decorating, which is a registered program, and Snack and Study with Therapy Dogs. I also have Teen Take and Makes each month if you're looking for a quick craft to complete at home. This month's craft is paper squishies. If you would like any more information about programs or service opportunities, you can contact me at jwilkerson@lamontlibrary.org. Thank you and have a great day.